All right, folks, it is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. We are on our first port day. Unfortunately, it's a tender port. We are in Princess Cayes. So I don't like tendering. I don't know why, but it just freaks me out a little bit. I'm a little rough. You won't believe it. Sunday, embarkation day, I know I had a facial that went great, and then I had a massage. Well, a little after the massage lady started, she started to have the sniffles. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting sick. She's having to blow her nose, and she's touching my body all over the place. And guess what? Yesterday, probably about midday, so not even 24 hours later, I started to develop a sore throat. And then I started to like hack up and get the sniffles. So I am getting a late start today. It's like 10:30, and yeah, you can get off the ship starting at 8, like at 8:30. So I want to get off right away so I can do some exploring before my excursion at 12:30. But yeah, I might be able to still get. I'll still have. They said they recommend doing the tender an hour before the excursion. I'm doing the afternoon relaxing cruise on the Blue. So it's just getting on a small little boat and going up the water. And I think we land in where there's a lighthouse and do exploring there and whatnot. So it's a relaxing day. It's not like it's a strenuous excursion. You're just touring on the water, and then you get off and you can tour where the lighthouse is. So it's no biggie. It's nothing stressful. There's at 10 o'clock there was supposed to be a beach party that started with beach volleyball out there. So I was kind of hoping to partake in that, but that's not going to happen. So thankfully I don't feel, other than having a sore throat and a little raspity, I don't feel like I got a fever. I did bring stuff with me just in case it gets it. You have to these days on cruise ships. No, I brought to check my temperature. Brought something to check my blood sugar, my pulse, and whatnot. So, because I have a lot of medical issues, so I brought all the precautions with me just so I don't have to go to the infirmary, possibly. So, right now, I don't think I do. With me already hacking stuff up, it feels like I got sick and started to get better right away with the hacking. So, because usually you don't hack until you're at the back end of the sickness. So, I don't know. That all kind of started at the same time. So we'll see how today goes. But anyway, I'm going to head down to the bottom of the ship, wherever that is, to tender away. So, and I'll record some more once I get off the ship, and we'll see what I can record on my excursion. All right, folks. All right, let's do this. All right, just visited the shop here, local shop. Got myself a nice little sun hat. Gotta make sure I don't get burned on my face because I got a facial later this afternoon, so I gotta make sure I don't burn. And I got about an hour to kill until my excursion, but I have to see this out there. There's the Carnival Vista just sitting out there. Water looks perfect. A slight little breeze to keep you cool. And that's the Stingray Beach. I want to say this is Carnival's Island because in the store I said you paid with your key card for the ship, so this must be all Carnival owned, their own little island retreat. So it's neat. I'm going to walk around a little bit. We can see my excursion's only like an hour long, so maybe I'll tip my toes in the water when I get back. Got a little rum cake, looks like. There's the bar area. And you got a bunch of umbrellas and chairs over there. I'm sure you probably have to rent them. But you never know. Alright, I'm going to explore some more. And I decided to take my shoes off and dip my feet in the nice ocean water. The water is perfect. Nice temperature. But I highly recommend wearing some type of water shoes because this is filled with rocks. So, yeah, even the sand. The sand feels nice, but there's rocks in it, so. I had my water shoes on the ship because I wasn't intending on getting into the water, so. It's still nice, but as you can see, you got a little layer of rock to go across until you get into the clear, so. It still feels good. I said the water's perfect here in Princess Cayes, so yeah, still a nice beach. And we're off.
West, where he hoped to obtain silver, gold, silk, and spice. This voyage was in the search of the continent of Asia. He therefore reached out to the king and queen to sponsor his voyage. In return, he promised to spread Christianity. he sailed west, he landed on Guanahani, in which he renamed Holy Savior. From Holy Savior, he then changed it to San Salvador, and from San Salvador to Cat Island. Cat Island is approximately 31 miles from Iluka to one of the nearest points. When he landed on this island, he came in contact with the Lucayne Indians, a peaceful substance of people. However, there was a suspiciously and genuinely in the life they lived by these people. These Lucayans did not expect his voyage. Many died from a European disease known as smallpox that spread from person to person, and others died from hard work and labor laid out by Columbus himself. Columbus had a total of 4 voyages to the Bahamas, especially to the beautiful island of Cat Island. After Christopher Columbus destroyed the entire population of Arawak Indians in the Bahamas, Bahamas was neglected for 100 years until 1648. The first of the modern-day settlers came from Bermuda, who were English colonists. These individuals were seeking religious freedom. The colonists was being discriminated against because they did not want to worship in the Anglican Church. They wanted to be an independent worshiper similar to the Baptists today. Eleuthero, which was once pronounced Eleutria, was the island that they discovered. This island was the ideal location for them. In 1647, their leader William sailed from the company called Eleuthera Adventurers to finance a settlement on this island, a settlement where they could worship as they please. Captain William sailed and traveled with 70 Bermudans. He landed close to Governor's Harbor, which is the capital of this island. He then traveled to the north at Devil's Backbone. They lost everything near a cave in which they worshipped in and named Preacher's Cave. Today there is a plaque located that marks their worship place. Therefore, Christianity did not start in this great Bahamas in 1648, and it started in this great Bahamas in 1648 and not 1492. So how do you guys feel about that story with Christopher Columbus?
Wonderful.
So now we will be making our way to our destination stop. You guys can finish and enjoy the rest of the ride, and I will give you more information when we reach. Okay, efficiency, so 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, and this is not in operation at this time.
So that is their lighthouse. That's not operational right now. It does not look like a typical lighthouse. It's a 1 bedroom building when it used to be used. The water is so clear and blue here. I love it. And the weather is perfect today. Right temperature with a nice breeze. It's wonderful.
It was like, I don't know what type of picnic.
Perfect. Alright, There's a pier over there that she said was just completed last year, but it's exclusively Disney's pier, so only Disney docks there. So it's a nice pier. Those were all the we call it those buildings that we saw in the video a little bit ago. Yeah, that's a Disney area. So Disney is also on this island. So wonder if Carnival will ever put in a pier on their area for Princess Cay. It'd be interesting if they ever do that. But Disney had, see how far out Disney had to put that pier, so it must be really shallow for a while. Because they go out a long way to be able to do a pier, probably to be able to fit the cruise ship. And look at the blue water, like different layers of blue. It's beautiful. And here's some coral reefs. So that looks like nice little sand there. There's some more. Well, after over an hour standing in line at Princess Cayes to hop back on the tender boat to get back to the ship, I finally made it back to the ship. Oh wow, that was a lot of standing around. God, my feet are sore now, but it was still a good day at Princess Cayes. I learned that Carnival and also Princess Cruise Lines use this Princess Cayes. So I guess Princess is part of Carnival. It's the same corporation, if I recall. So that makes sense. Then again, as I think I mentioned in one of the video clips, they showed us the brand new pier a little bit further down that opened just last year, but that's strictly a Disney pier. So I can't remember what they said that one was called, but it's one of the Disney ports in this area. So yeah, that was a long pier, so there must be a lot of shallow water near the island. So and that's why we're parked so far out in the water, because big ships can't get that close. So yeah, it was interesting, but it was a good day. There wasn't a whole lot of fancy stuff with that excursion. I was a little disappointed with it, and when I booked it, it showed an actual picture of a tall lighthouse, and that was not at all what it was. It was a little tiny building with a little tiny like pole type of thing. And that was the lighthouse, and it's not even used anymore. So I think that was a little false advertisement there. But don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful day out, and a light breeze on that little boat that's going across the water. It felt great. We got to see some coral reefs on the glass bottom boat and a couple of fishes. I don't think I caught any fishes on the camera because they weren't that many around, unfortunately. But like I said, it's built as a relaxing excursion, and that's definitely what it was. No, you had a canopy on the boat, so the sun wasn't beaming down on you. You had a nice cool breeze, so it was definitely worth it, I believe. But like I said, there was some disappointment to it. But overall, I was okay with it. I didn't pay a whole lot for the excursion, so I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was under $100. So from that aspect, I'm okay with it. And the beach there at Princess Cay, I know I mentioned that there was a lot of rocks in the sand and rocks. There's like a line, a row of rocks going into the water. And don't get me wrong, the sand felt good and the rocks weren't horrible. I've been on a lot worse rocks, but they are there and you have to be mindful where you step. So I definitely recommend wearing some type of protective water shoes and just don't go out there barefoot like I did. I left my water shoes on the ship because I wasn't anticipating going in the water, but I had some time to kill before the excursion, so I decided to dip my toes in the ocean. So and I'm glad I did. The water felt really, really good. It's just, yeah, you sink in the sand, that's for sure. The sand's not totally solid. And me, as a heavier guy, I sank quite a bit in the sand. Out of the water and in the water, I was sinking, which made me lose some balance. I don't got good balance to begin with. So, but yeah, it's not a big island. Again, it's Carnival, so when you buy stuff there, you just use your sell and sign card to buy things, so which is nice. You don't have to deal with credit card or having cash or whatnot. So, all right, I think that's what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the little that I was able to show you. If you liked it, hit the like button, and if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can see my future cruise videos. I got 4 other cruises planned this year. My big one's in May. I fly to Sydney, Australia for an 8-day Australian cruise on the Carnival Splendor. However, that could be in jeopardy as of right now. I have some medical issues, and I pretty much have to get my neurologist to sign off on it as of right now, because that's like a 22 hour flight. And with my medical issues that I am having right now, I don't know if it's safe for me to take that long of a flight. So I'm waiting for a reply back from the neurologist to see if he is going to give me the okay to take that long of a flight, or if I need to postpone that cruise for another year. I can't postpone it for later this year because with the other cruises that I have, and those aren't affected because they're not that long of a flight to get there. I'm comfortable with short flights. It's just that very, very long one over ocean. I'm worried that if I have a medical issue that they won't be able to do anything for me. So, but all right, stay tuned for that. I hope I can still take the Australian cruise in May, but we will find out. Y'all have a great day. I love you all, and don't forget to enjoy life. All right, bye-bye.